Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Wow. Happy Sunday to you and good evening. Hope you're excited about being an early adopter in this new asset class. Yeah, so the market was doing some things today. Interesting to see that for sure. The market was doing some interesting stuff. Yeah, very interesting. So I saw something on the Flare. Of course, we know the Spark token thing happened. I went over to the Flare site today to really begin again to delve into the ins and outs of what this is going to be. And I think this is so important to note. It says 75% of the value of blockchain tokens is inaccessible to decentralized applications. 75% of the value of blockchain tokens is inaccessible to the decentralized applications. Flare says that changes now, starting with XRP. And that, my friends, is some very significant stuff. We're going to get into that just a little bit. Just kind of recap. Let's delve in together, learn a little bit more about what the Flare network is. Mickey B. Fresh is doing some incredible stuff on kind of keeping us up to date with that. I'm not sure if the U.S. Treasury breach is the beginning of the Great Reset or what. Like, I don't know, but that is massive. So we're going to get into that. Rumors, of course, rumors, of course, are rumors. So we shall see what's going on there. So we're going to get into that tonight as well. I got an appointment at 8 p.m. Eastern, so I wanted to hop on here with you guys real quick and hang out for a bit. So let's get into it and roll this awesome intro. So what is good, guys? Happy Sunday to you. What's going on, TJ Jackson? Good to see you tonight. Building bridge with words. I love that. Hey, C's, how are you? Yes, welcome in. Keep your eyes on Stellar Lumen, huh? I keep hearing that about Stellar Lumens. One day I'm going to do like a math thing about your money and assets, and then taking two assets like XLM and Stellar, XLM and Stellar, XRP and Stellar Lumens, do a percentage gain and see which one you make more money in. See which one you make more money. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Maybe we'll do it tonight. What's going on, Dubian 2? Good to see you in the stream tonight. TJ Jackson, it's always good to see you, brother. Hey, Joseph C, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Hello, brother. Mike Moroff, how are you? Good to see you tonight. Yeah, so Sunday, I know it's football going on all over the place. My boys, the New York Football Giants, went down today. Not a good look. Looks like their playoff thing is kind of over. And I was really thinking about this too. Like, what is the better playoff potential team in the NFC East, right? And it feels like the Giants and the Redskins are kind of close. However, if the defenses are similar, okay, similar studs in the front four, and the receivers are similar. I don't know if they are or not. To me, they're similar enough to call them similar. But to me, the difference is a quarterback with some experience and one without. And I think that the Redskins would fare better. I really do. I think they would fare better in a playoff, right? But we'll see. I don't know if they're going to be able to come back against whoever they were playing tonight. I can't remember. Oh, San Francisco. So we'll see. I don't even know what the score is there. But in any case, I digress. So, guys, listen. So I was listening to Crypto Eddie earlier today, on Mr. Crypto Siege's doing her thing, going to see family in her home, in her homeland, and she's bringing some family back. But so we shall see how it goes. I just think the Flare thing is massive. I think what Crypto Eddie is saying is really, really hugely important. It's not just bringing DeFi. It's, to me, it's bringing DeFi in a significant way. But one thing that she said, and I think it is really important, she said it in a video earlier today, shout out to Crypto Eddie, who's always continued to do her thing, is that it's time to become familiar, like really, really familiar. What is DeFi? What does that look like? What is it really? Because I know Alex Mashinsky, I don't want to say that he warns about DeFi, but he says, do you want to be the person that's constantly checking the platform over there, kind of checking on your money? So learning the in and outs of what DeFi really looks like is going to be really, really important. New background, my friend, new background. Dubian too. Good to see you tonight. XRP Ron is in the building. Morris Prince is here. What's good? What's good, guys? Good to see you tonight. Joshua Rios. Boom. Yo, see. What's good, Joshua? Good to see you in the stream tonight, my friend. It is really good to see you here. Yeah, so guys, 27 people in the stream. I know, unfortunately, I had to kind of go and I know, what's his name? XRP Darren Moore was doing a live stream as well, but I had to get this in tonight before 8, and I'm probably going to do another one right around, I don't know, 9 or 10. We'll see how that goes, but I had to make sure I get 2 live streams in today. So I got to tell you, it's hugely and really get the bigger picture of what's going on with Flare. So let's go over some things over at Flare and see if this makes some sense for you and I, because it's not just about the Spark token. It's about being able to participate in growing and improving the XRP ecosystem, right? And participating in things like governance, voting and the like, and earning yield, and being the community that drives a platform, I think is really hugely exciting. So 75% of the value of blockchain tokens is inaccessible to decentralized applications. 75%. That changes now, starting with XRP, introducing Flare, the world's first Turing complete FBA, which is Federated Byzantine FBA network, scalable and doesn't base safety on a native token. No risk of safety degradation from competing uses of native token. Integrates the Ethereum virtual machine, a deep pool of developer talent, and easier integration of existing projects. Low transaction costs. Man, oh man, applications can scale without users incurring burdensome costs. I just think that is, listen, I think this is going to be huge. And again, we're going to be a big part of it, a big part of it, guys. I'm gonna stop here to check the comments, and then I'm gonna go further. But again, guys, I think TJ Jackson and Morris Prince, Dubin too, right? A Joseph C. Some people that have been around for a while. We never had this chance, but so we didn't have that chance with Ethereum, right? And DeFi projects there. We didn't have a chance to, if you will, have a say to add value or bring value and or input to a network like we're going to be able to do with the Flare network. And I think it's just important to know that and understand that and get excited about it. And so I know first quarter 1 is supposed to be, the main end is supposed to get live, and it's going to be a work in progress, right? It's still a new company, still a startup company, but I hope you're excited about it. And again, I'm gonna say this until I'm gonna just keep saying it. Hugo himself said from Flare Networks that, those who hodl and participate in the platform, not just keep it on some platform, but participate in your utility on that Flare network, are going to benefit at the behest, of of what's the word I'm looking at the sacrifice, if you will, of those who, get that, see some value, and they spend it. So he is really, really sending out a message of it is in your best interest to not just hodl, but to participate. And it's certainly not in your best interest to cash it out, And so we're going to see how that goes. But yeah, really, really excited to see what they're going to do. Greetings, Siege, and my crypto family. Hey, Lady E, what's going on, man? It's good to see you tonight. Who was excited? Yeah. Who is as excited as XRP family for 2021? Yeah, I don't know if there is. And this community is really, really huge. I can't wait for Raoul Paul to really get more insight in depth for what not just what the community is, but what Ripple is, what they have going on. I mean, and though he did catch it from that one interview with the guy, I forget the guy's name, about the fact the more that it uses, the more value. But I think once he begins to really dive deep, and he'll have other people on his show to learn more about it, I'm sure. He's gonna he'll get it, and he'll get into the ins and out. And don't get me wrong, he's a macro guy, so he gets Bitcoin, and he understands that head start, and he understands that first mover's advantage that comes with brand recognition. But over the long haul, I think he's gonna see, like we all see, that XRP is the champ, right? The champ is here, right? Yeah, so what's going on, Holly Molly? Good to see you. XRP Run is here. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to dive into a little bit from Flare. Also, we're going to check out Crypto Eddie. And she talked about the significance of Sumitomo Bank, FX Coin, the exchange, and SBI, and how they're working in tandem to create a utility in XRP that a lot of people, they don't quite get it. They don't quite understand the magnitude of what those three are doing in conjunction. And I believe Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao is at the head of driving that, right? It's awesome to have a visionary like Chris Lawson and Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao and Brad Garlinghouse. It's great to have those three visionaries on your side. It really is. And that's what we have. So I'm going to share a clip of that for you guys as well. But first let's continue on with this Flare thing. So anyone in here decided can say honestly, they know for sure that they're going to be participating and putting Spark to use on Flare networks, or are you still not sure and maybe doing something different? Anybody know for sure? I can say in the Crypto Sieges home for sure, we're putting that Spark to use on the platform because it drives our biggest asset and its ecosystem, which is XRP. And can any of you guys say that for certain? That's what you're going to be doing? Like you've already decided, that's what you're going to do? Please comment in the comments. That would be awesome. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. Have you thought that through yet? Okay. Did I do that? Where am I at? Yeah. Okay. So here we are. Flare's native token, Spark, collateral for the trustless issuance of assets from non-Turing complete chains, starting with XRP. So we got to remember that says starting with, right? They got big plans over there. Flare the Spark token contributes to the Flare time series and Oracle, the Flare time series Oracle and network governance. Spark ownership secures, improves, and guides the network. Created by utility fork of XRP, Spark directly increases utility of XRP and the XRP ledger. No ICO, no competing interests. We said this before that, the people from that created the ledger and XRP learned from Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin has success, they learned from the good and the bad, right? And I feel this is exactly what Flare has done in terms of decentralized DeFi and smart contracts. They learned from Uni and Compound and Make or Die. They learned, right? They learned and said, how can we improve upon it, make it better? And that's what I believe they're doing, right? So FXRP, bringing Turing complete smart contracts to XRP, trustlessly or originated from and settled back to the XRP ledger, avoids centralization and basis risk associated with synthetics, collateralized by the Spark token, bootstrapped by and benefiting the XRP community. Yes, indeed. Isn't it cool to kind of get that acknowledgement of how awesome we can be when we work together and how powerful we can be? Use with smart contracts on Flare, supercharge the usage and utility. Supercharge the uses and utility of the XRP and ILP and the ILP ecosystems. The FXRP can feasibly be safely pipelined to other smart contract networks such as Ethereum. The potential to use XRP with real DeFi projects such as Uniswap, Maker, etc. That I'm telling you guys, if you haven't gone to this Flare.xyz, it's time to do it. It's time to get educated. Again, it's time to get educated, level up your FXRP IQ, all right? Level up your Spark token IQ, and so that you know what you hold. So let me check the comments here to see if somebody knows what they're going to be doing when they're going to get it. Let me see here. Holly Molly answers. She said, for sure, I will be participating, says TV Jackson. Morris Prince said, yes, leverage the asset. Exactly. Thank you guys for participating. I appreciate that. I know in the Crypto Season Zone, we definitely will be doing it. I feel like for me, the Flare network and what they're looking to do is what is the word? It's another long-term play for me, right? So XRP and VeChain, sure. Now we got Spark and FXRP, right? That's another long-term thing, right? And so although for Ripple, in terms of Ripple, they may be years behind Ripple, it adds longevity to me to overall wealth. That's what I really do see it as. And when it hits the exchanges, I'll get even more. But I think it's a chance to add to the longevity of generational wealth. That's what I see with Spark and Flare and what they're looking to do. Lee Davidson says, I'm keeping mine. How about that? I hear you, my friend. And that's where we are. We're not going to just hold it. We're going to put it to work. So put it up, whatever we're going to do, whether it be the agent or the other one. I don't even know. There's an agent, I know, right? And so we're going to do the less risky one, but we're definitely going to participate. It's just not enough to try to put it on a ledger and say, when moon and then cash out, right? Sometimes you got to think about the bigger picture than just yourself, right? I think that's so important. You got to think about the bigger picture than just yourself. XRP Joe is in the building. What's up, my friend? And thank you, XRP Joe. I saw what you did on Twitter about the channel hitting 5,000 subs. And I appreciate you doing it, taking the time to do that, my friend. I appreciate that big time. So XRP Joe says, I plan to live off the collateralization of my digital assets. Without question, that's where we are, my friend. That's where we are. We can manage it, right? We can manage quote unquote, the risk. We can manage it. We're gonna act like the 1% of the 1%. Take those collateralized, take advantage of the collateralization, right? Take advantage of yields, earning interest. You know what I mean? So thank you, XRP Joe. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that's where we're talking about. And I feel like what the Flare network is doing and what they did for the XRP community is just, for me, adding to the longevity and sustainability of the wealth that we're going to create in digital assets. I really, really feel that way. I really, really do. And so And I think it's hugely important to think of it that way. Think long term. Think long term, guys. Right? No worries, XRP Joe. I know exactly what you're saying. Right? Think long term, guys. Think long term. Lee Davison is here. How are you doing, Lee? That's right, Crypto Keeper. I like the way you're thinking, brother. Good to see you tonight. I'm in it to win it, not selling anything. Going to let it work for me. That's exactly right, man. Acquire the asset, earn yield on that asset. And number 3, leverage. Don't liquidate, but leverage your assets. That's a humble opinion. It's not financial advice. It's certainly something that we're doing in the Crypto Sieges home, right? And hope it makes sense for you. And I hope it makes sense for you. So I'm going to go over one more part in this Flare thing. Then I'm going to let you listen to Crypto Eddie and what she says about those 3 entities out there in Japan doing some stuff. FX Coin, or not in Japan, but these 3 entities doing their thing. Sumitomo Bank, FX Coin Exchange, and SBI, that monster that is SBI. I'm doing great, Lee. Great to see you on the stream tonight, my friend. Absolutely, guys. Do me a favor, make sure you smash that like if you haven't already. Hit the bell, ring that bell, and sub to the channel if you're enjoying the hangout. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stand. So if you would take the time, viewers on the stream, if you would take the time to smash the like and come back, that would be awesome. So I read over that. The constant testnet, the stepping stone to Flare. Okay, what else we got? Blog post on Constant. Okay, that's it. I don't want to read any more. But I just on Constant. But let me go. What's the one I really want to? Flare white paper. Read the overview on Flare. Is it different? Flare network on unlocking the value. Okay, Monday. Yeah, this is the one Crypto Eddie was going over earlier today. Flare exists to solve 2 key issues. First, and of immediate importance to the building out of our industry, is that 75% of the value that exists on public blockchains cannot currently be used in a trustless manner with smart contracts. Second, and of both short-term and long-term consequence, there are potential issues with how scaling is being implemented for smart contract networks today. The majority of new networks use proof of stake or its variant. These protocols derive network safely from their native token. The immediate issue inherent in proof of stake is that the consensus design doesn't yet safely allow for alternative uses of the native token. If a token holder can obtain a higher yield and with no possibility of slashing by providing collateral to create a stablecoin than they can from staking, then as economic rationalists, they will likely do so. This diverts tokens away from staking and cannibalizes the safety of the network. A highly insightful paper on this topic is here. Okay, well, how about that? Good to know. We suspect that this is perhaps the key reason why, despite having comparatively higher transaction costs and far lower transaction throughput, Ethereum is still leading the way in DeFi. So very important. So I just think that they figured it out from learning from the past, checking out the Uniswaps and the compounds and the Maker Dies of the world, and said, how can we improve upon it? Flare is at its core a new way of scaling smart contract platforms that does not link safety with the value of its token. So guys, I definitely encourage you to go here, read over this sort of, if you will, overview, flare.ghost.io, flare.ghost.io. Check that out and see. And again, it's about leveling up the IQ, right? It's about knowing that you know what you hold, right? Thank you so much, Crypto Keeper. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for supporting the channel. Preach on, Siege. It is about the future, so keep looking forward. Family. That's exactly right. Very well said, my friend, on a great point. And that's the thing. We have to be careful to not think long term and just think this bull run. Just think only this bull run, right? It's important to participate in the market. That's why I'm excited, because I feel like we can have life-changing gains with XRP. And now we have a chance to participate in an ecosystem. Like literally, instead of just being our only participation being hodlers and, going into USDC or USD, right? If we could actually participate in an ecosystem that is in a network that is growing the XRP and the ILP ecosystem. So I get really, really excited about that, because in a lot of ways you can live your life, right? You could hop back on every now and then, hop on your favorite exchange, get some spark and participate. You see what I'm saying? That is really, really cool. Let's listen to something that Crypto Eddie said that I think is going to really, 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 you're going to find it to be fascinating. So let me cue it up, and then I'll share the screen. Jerry Hall, shout out to Jerry Hall out there in Costa Rica, is doing this thing. Asked a question about what are you hearing out there in Japan with SBI and FX Coin, and she answers the question. So hold on one second. Let me share. Take a listen to this. See if you catch that little sentence that she made.
SBI and what they're doing with FX Coin, C2B2, and the large Sumitomo Bank. Have you caught anything from that experiment? Any rumblings, how it went? Any word?
Well, the FX Coin, if you go to their website, they do a Wednesday Ripple wrap-up of the week. And then they also have a blog that'll keep you up to date on what they've done. There's 2 blogs already on the demo test that they did with remittances and using Sumitomo. Sumitomo, do you know the word Daibatsu? Do you know that?
No, but I'm eager to learn.
Well, I don't want to get into a history lesson here, but prior to, during the Edo period, there was Mitsubishi, there was the Mitsui clan or family, there was the Sumitomo family clan. This was a power structure that came given from the shogunate, and those families ruled different domains. Sumitomo comes from that period of time. It was then forced, all the Zaibatsus were forced to break up. It broke up, but it still then just kept in a silo, categorized kind of manner all of their services, but instead of being centralized at one head, it was broken up into different ones. All of them did it. All of the big Zaibatsus were broken up. I think most people are unaware how big Sumitomo is in terms of its respect within the traditional finance world, because they are insurance, they're a trust bank, they have a real estate division. I mean, it's just huge. So it would be like, I would arguably say it has more power, or it has more ability to bring all of the traditional world into crypto like no other entity does. And so the fact that they're using their metals, they're into metals, which is not so much precious metals, but they have a metals division that does sheet metal for trains and cars, and metal plating for trains on the bottom. You know, they have a metals division. So this is the division that has locations all over the world that are doing remittances. It's their supply chain, it's their trade finance. And so little XRP is facilitating those remittances within that ecosystem, with Sumitomo behind, giving it the blessing, with SBI providing the XRP, and then FX is actually the platform that is making it all happen. So the person that's behind that platform has a huge vision. It's way beyond just remittances. He's going to build that swaps market so that people can actually use the platform so that crypto is incorporated into the swaps, which is 50% of the FX trade today is done in swaps. I don't know. That. Yeah.
So just to hear a little bit from Crypto Eddie, giving a perspective, right? Just about the powerhouse that is Sumitomo Bank, I think is important to understand. I really, really do, guys, to understand that the powerhouse, the monster that is Sumitomo Bank, and what they're looking to do. And again, you know, when you say the blessings of this particular bank, I think is very, very interesting. And so remittances is just it's an initial step in the vision of all three of those guys, right? So they're looking again to use the XRP, not just in remittances, but in that FX trade finance, if you will, world as well, for settlement, right? For speed and settlement. And so when you think that swap is 50% of that FX trades, that's pretty, the FX market, that's pretty huge. So the bottom line to that is the guys have some vision. They're believers in crypto. And obviously they're sold on XRP, and most likely Mr. Yoshitaka Katao was the one who did the selling, right? And so that is, for me, I get really, really, really excited about it. We may be in the early days, but it's exciting to know that it's happening, right? It really, really is. It's exciting to know that it is happening. Yeah, so just to hear that perspective, I think is important for us to know. Again, we're early, and yeah, you know, I think, you know, this market is going to do some things during this alt season. I saw Bitcoin get back over 19,000, and that's awesome. And I would love for it to just kind of keep doing 19, 20, 21, back down to 20. Right, 20 to 21, you know, maybe even get to 22 and head back down to 21 and just kind of hang out in that range. And then the altcoins start to do what we're all hoping that they do, and keeping BTC in that range, that 18 to 25, 15 to 25 range is what I'm looking for, and what I'm hoping for, because that's going to be a big signal, as BC Backer says, and I believe it. For 2 alt seasons. And so really, really excited about that. Lee Davidson says, explain, please. What would you like for me to explain, Lee? Christopher Cuomo is here. Yeah, so that's what we're looking to change, VDOT, right? We're looking to change that. That's why I would hope that is the vision for a lot of the YouTubers in the XRP community, especially, right? We talk leveling up your IQ, right? Not just holding the token, but learning more about it, right? Leveling up your Spark and or Flare IQ, right? So very important, right? Because I think that the committee out there called what they would like for us to do is to focus on the price of the digital asset and not get the value of the digital asset, right? Not get the value of what the digital asset is. And I think that is the thing. Now, the XRP community as a whole is great, is really, really great in getting to the value, right? Getting into the value of what Ripple, the company is, with the value of what XRP is the value of what Flare and Spark is. So I think the XRP community as a whole is really, really good. But Crypto Eddie mentioned that today in her video as well, right? It's time to really kind of dig in, right? And learn about what they're looking to do and, stay up, right? So that you know what you hold. So stay up on the latest news and again, level up your IQ, right? So that is really the key. XRapid, the creator. Wow. What's that? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I like that name. Sean Rogers says, what's Polkadot? I don't know what Polkadot is. I know Polkadot is trying to do something to Ethereum in terms of like a quote unquote Ethereum killer, but I also know that they're in the DeFi world, right? I do know that I can earn some yield on Polkadot and Celsius platform, but so that's kind of where we are, guys. The market again is what the market is. As long as BTC keeps, as long as it doesn't get any higher than 25,000 before alts take off and do their thing, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited, right? So Bitcoin is currently at $19,178. XRP is at 51.5 cents. Did we miss out on the 50 cents chance to 2 for 1? We'll see. What else is going on here? What else did you guys want to know in terms of price? That's probably it. I don't know why I went to my Blockfolio instead of Binance, but let's look over some other numbers. So that's what I really wanted to share with you guys. All right, so that's not true. Bitcoin is at 19,000, almost $100. XRP is at 50.9 cents. Okay, there we go. Litecoin's at $81.46. And Ethereum is at $586. So the market is doing what the market does. What's going on, comedian Chuck Real? Yeah. I share the same thoughts, my friend, same sentiments. I am just happy this time everything is really about to happen. Been here 3 years plus. And we are the new future whales. Absolutely. That is exactly right. So do you guys have your plan in place? And do you have a strategy? I'll ask it again. Do you have a strategy in place, right? Do you have what you're going to do at all-time high? Do you have what you're going to do at $10? Do you have your signals for one alt season versus 2 alt seasons? So do you have a plan and do you have a strategy for 2 alt season? What does that look like for you? What does that look like for you? Do you have a strategy to take advantage of the market? That's the key. So that is the key. And so we're all, kind of looking to kind of see what's going to happen in this market. I do know that the volume has massively increased since the last alt season, last bull run. That's important to have the volume increasing. I think it's hugely important. I know Cryptopolis covered that as well. It's more volume. So this bull run looks like it's going to be different than last year's bull run, simply on that, just on the volume alone. I don't know if it's coming from institutional money or if it's coming from retail money, but the fact that there's more volume, I think is going to make it different. And I think a lot of people are, so many different numbers on Bitcoin. It feels like a minimum of I want to say a minimum, but a 3x to 3.5x. Just on the digital asset space as a whole, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. A 3x from all-time high for Bitcoin is just under 60,000, right? So you don't see a 3x on XRP is, right, 12, just under $13, right? So it just feels like it's going to be different. And of course, we're following the good TA guys to kind of keep us up to date. if you will, to give us a sense. And we get that history doesn't necessarily repeat, but it does rhyme. And so we can prepare ourselves. I think the biggest thing, comedian Chuck Reel, that's different from the 2017 bull run and now is that a lot of us feel more prepared, right? We feel more prepared. I don't know when, I don't know dates, Bitcoin broker. I definitely don't know dates, but I know I'm preparing for, that kind of 3X thing of Bitcoin. And I think that's a lot of people are calling for $100,000 Bitcoin, a $300,000 Bitcoin. I think Michael Saylor was just on Twitter and he said 75,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2021. Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, just put that out. He believes 75,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2021. So, here's a guy who, I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of million did he put in Bitcoin, but that's what he's kind of looking like. So is that, it's not quite 4X, right? It's not 4X, but it's right around 3.5X, right? Right around that range, 3 to 3.5X. And so these are guys who are smarter than me in terms of the bigger macro picture, and they're able to kind of gather more resources, if you will, to kind of look at things and see how they'll go. Danny Loft, what's going on, bro? And so we can be prepared. But that's what I'm excited about the most is, I feel more prepared. And I think a lot of us feel the same way, right? We're more prepared. Good evening, Danny Loft, and happy Sunday to you, my friend. Good to see you. So Michael Saylor just got another 40 million, huh? Bitcoin broker, think about that. He looked like a friend of mine, Bitcoin broker, that I knew back in my air traffic controller days, right? And so, yeah, another 40 million, right? These guys, not just because they're in the know, the likes of Michael Saylor and Stan Druckenmiller and Paul Tudor Jones, but they have a way of kind of analyzing the data and kind of looking at things, right? And kind of being able to kind of project a little bit out into the future. So a $75,000 Bitcoin end of 2021 doesn't mean that Bitcoin doesn't do something early part of 2022, right? It doesn't mean that it doesn't do something in the first quarter of 2022 as well, right? Which is cool. So at 75,000, a friend of mine is really kind of looking at 60 to 80,000 Bitcoin. That's what he's looking at. And Michael Saylor's right there in the middle at 75,000 though. Yeah, Daniel Loft, how you make out on that, man? I was just thinking about you earlier today. How'd you make out on that? Selling at the 56, 58 and getting more in at what you get it up? Did you get it at 48 or 49? So again, guys, that's the deal. Be prepared. And again, I encourage you, to learn more about the Flare Network and what they're doing, because it's important to know what you know, to know that you know what you hold, right? So come the first quarter of 2021, you know what it is that you hold, right? So when that thing becomes, that 15% shows up and or becomes tradable, you know what you know that you hold, right? And I think that's important. I know in the Crypto Sieges home, we'll be not only holding, we'll be getting more, and we'll also be putting that thing up, right? And participating in it, whether it be as collateral, whether we're going to be an agent or whatever the other thing is called. I don't know. I think there's two or three different things. See, I need to learn what those are, right? Not just agent, right? And learn what those are and which one makes sense for us, right? So that's important to note as well, right? It's important to note as well. Roderick Duncanson, how are you, my friend? Good to see you on the stream tonight. Need a video on how an exit strategy for XRP, Roderick. Where are you checking in from? I will tell you that as far as exit strategies, there's two good ones that I enjoy, makes sense for me. One is Mr. B XRP, and his exit strategy is on his YouTube channel. You can search in his channel and you'll find it. And BC Backer, Blockchain Backer, who is a TA guy. And I like the two different perspectives. One guy is just, he's a real estate guy, but he's a hodler in the community, right? The other guy's a TA guy who's also a hodler, but he's a TA guy. I like the different perspectives, right? I like the different perspectives, and I like having, if you will, another strategy in my tool belt. So, you know, for me, I went to bcbacker.com. I invested in myself, as I like to say, to not only learn the history of the charts, but learn a nice exit strategy that for me, when I did the numbers, yeah, it made a lot of sense. It really, really did. Daniel Off, I'm glad to hear that, bro. Yeah, that is some good money. Sold at 58, bought back at 50, free money, 14.4. I hear you, my friend. Daniel Off took some of his XRP and was right. He took that opportunity trade, as I like to call it, where he saw opportunity because of the whole Spark thing. There was going to be a sell-off, if you will, because basically there was a bunch of people buying XRP and buying XRP and buying XRP, more XRP, so that they can get the Spark token. And then he thought there would be some sell-off, and so he was right. Opportunity trade right there. You know, sold at 58, sold some of his XRP at 58, and bought back at 50. There you go, my friend. You're welcome, Roger. You're absolutely welcome. All right, guys, listen, I got to hop off here. I got an appointment at 8 that I need to prepare for. Just keep that notification thing on. Make sure you got that bell checked. I may do another live stream later on tonight, like a nightcap, if you will. So, guys, listen, never ever forget this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.